What's up guys, Togewi here, and welcome back to more Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. In the last episode, we came back in time to the Shroob Castle and began exploring it, finding out that we need to, that we need to activate a bunch of these laser beams to open crystals, to be able to hit some exclamation point blocks, to open the way to warp pipes to progress. Very long-winded. And I successfully dodged enemies to make it up to this laser beam here. We'll briefly continue northward and find an enemy I was not expecting to see. Well, alright, let's go ahead and take these out. I guess now that I'm not trying to show off all the different attacks that these enemies have, I can just talk a little bit about strategy for fighting them. If you're in a battle with soul bubbles, you definitely want to target those first, as they have the ability to revive defeated enemies, which I bet it's about to do. Yes, it is. Now, thankfully, as we said before, it doesn't revive enemies with that much HP, so not the end of the world. Let's see if I can hit this back with Mario. Nope. All right, well, I ended up hitting it back there. And if you have snooze orbs, you definitely want to leave those for last, since they won't do anything until you hit them. And also, a first strike does not wake them up. And yeah, see, we just get to keep taking turns, and we'll focus all of our attacks on one of them. We don't want to use any multi-target attacks, because there's no need to wake up more than just the one that we're fighting. It's kind of lucky, because, you know, they move around on the field, but they fall asleep once they actually get into battle. Very kind of them for making these fights not nearly as difficult as they would be otherwise. They do, of course, have a bunch of HP, though. Take quite a while to take out. And now we'll just go and take out this last one. I am going to be cutting out any battles from this point onward that are against enemies we've already seen everything to do, which are the Shroob. Dang it. The Shroob, the snooze orbs, and the soul bubbles as well. And I might leave in some more battles against the Shroob Rexes, because we haven't necessarily seen everything those can do. Actually, I think we have seen all their attacks, but I would like to show more than just a single fight against them. You can see there's a gate blocking the way forward, and of course they were smart enough to put metal under it so we can't go through. However, we do see a little arrow up there, as well as some light. And you'll notice that these banisters continue all the way around with some blocks up there. So definitely something the babies are going to be able to enact. Enact is definitely not the right word there. Oh, here we go. Some Shroob Rexes, just what I wanted to show. So that will be perfect. Thankfully, since you do 2 hits per jump attack, you can knock them down both of the height stages that you need to. I want to say that you can still jump over them after hitting them a single time. It's just tougher on the timing. Oops, jumped way too early with Luigi. I'm really bad at figuring out that... Dang it. Second timing. I guess you have to wait for the screen to start shaking and then still wait a little bit and then jump. And the Shroob Rexes are actually... Dang it. These guys move so fast in here. The Shroob Rexes are the enemies that have just like way more HP than I'd be expecting. And actually, there is their last attack. We've seen them do the shockwave, but just not from the middle. We saw them do it in front of Luigi, which meant that we needed to jump in sequence with Luigi and then Mario. This is really the area where the mixed flowers shine. And I mentioned the fact that I tended to skip most of the fights in this dungeon when I was a kid, because I was just didn't like fighting all these enemies. Yeah. I also mentioned previously when we got the mixed flowers for the first time, hey, we passed 40,000 on the babies, but the adults get the level. We also got our mixed flower back, which is, well, we didn't get it back, we just happened to get one because it wasn't in blue text. I'm thinking I'm really going to need the HP, so a +6 is definitely nice. I had mentioned that as a kid, I didn't like the mixed flower at all. It was like, even though it's the ultimate attack, I didn't really like it. And now I'm definitely going to be using it a lot more. I understand its value when you have these huge hordes of enemies with tons of HP, just to nuke them all real quick, and not have to... One up super nice. Ooh, we have a bean here, the first one of those we've seen. So there are some beans around this dungeon to find, but, like, are you really going to go back and spend them all? I mean, if you were a few beans short, sure, but I feel like it's easier to just get the beans before coming here. All right, now I'm going to go through all those rooms on the left and fight the enemies I skipped. Actually, looking at my stats, we're already level 27 and 28. I've mentioned I've beaten this game at level 25. I think I'm just going to skip those enemies. There's really no reason I need to fight absolutely everything, with the exception of needing to maneuver the babies and adults separately over to these laser beams. But, you know, it'll just add some to the challenge. If I fail to dodge any fights the second time around, it just means that I have to do some fights. We've made it here to the bottom right laser, so since we've already seen the top left one, we can definitely get that, but we've got a few rooms north of here, and in this one in particular, we've got another one of these blocks, and this will be the perfect time to return to something I was talking about in a previous episode about playing Paper Mario Color Splash. So I beat Sticker Star 100%, including getting all the achievement flags, and I really didn't like it. I think it's an absolutely terrible game. Wow, I did very poorly at that. Didn't even get to talking about Color Splash. Color Splash is a lot better, but I still don't really like it. I think it's significantly worse than any of the Paper Marios that came before it. Super Paper Mario is actually my favorite. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, there's another bean right here. Let's see if we can probably dig underground, go grab it, and then run away to avoid waking him up. Just like that. Oh, another tissue. They're not too bad to dodge, in all honesty. All right, here's this next laser. But there's no way to get north to that laser up there, other than we can just barely see in the corner there, path along the walkway. Last room is this one here, which just has enemies. I guess that's unavoidable. Unavoidable is not the right word. It's absolutely avoidable if you just pay attention, like I didn't. Anyway, we now have made it to all the rooms that have the laser beams, so I'm going to split up by leaving the babies here and then walking with the adults, so I'll meet you in the bottom left corner. Right, here we are, and just very quickly activate these. We've already seen what it does. Switch over. It's, again, just exactly identical to the Gritzy Desert. Even the same thing about having to activate 2 pairs of the beams in order to actually open the crystal. Although we can see the one on the top only has a single pair. All right, now I'll meet you at the other pair. Did not take that long to get here. I actually successfully avoided running into a single battle in all of those cuts of activating these lasers. I didn't really do much jumping either to do the dodges. You can kind of just walk around and maneuver. The enemies don't move so fast that they'll always hit you. The one guy I took out that I said, oh, can't avoid that, was actually pretty useful to take out because it does kind of block you from going a certain way to the bottom right to get through the path that I took. Anyway, we can reunite with the adults here, and since I already cleared out the enemies in the room left of here, we can casually walk through. It's also important to reunite here because I think there's not... Wait, is there... No, I was about to say, is there one right there? I don't think there's a warp pipe block in this room, so you'd have to... Yeah, you'd have to navigate back on your own. And this is a baby spin, I'm pretty sure, so... Now, what I was saying about Super Paper Mario, I know people really like 1000 Year Door and Paper Mario 64 the most, and I do really like those games, to be clear, but the Super Paper Mario was the first one of the bunch that actually played. I never had a GameCube growing up, so I never played 1000 Year Door. I still actually haven't played 1000 Year Door. I've only ever played the N64 one, although, of course, I've seen playthroughs of 1000 Year Door. But Super Paper Mario was a game I played as a kid that I fell in love with. I absolutely love the story of that game. I think it's really, really nice. Also, hey, call back to Peach's Castle in the future. There's a bean here. And the music, and I love the gameplay. I get that it's not what people wanted, but I think if you remove the wanting it to be what it wasn't, and you just look at it for what it is, it's really, really good. Now, to move on to a totally different topic, we have here another new enemy. This is Shroobsworth. I absolutely love this enemy idea, or concept. Just a Shroob version of Toadsworth. And on his back, he carries another enemy. See, that's coming towards Mario, and then Mario again, and Mario again. I'm telling based on the shadows, Luigi, and of course I failed to hit it back. Well, he has about 150 HP, and after you defeat him, at least I think that's what happens when you beat him, you get the Intern Shroob, which has 110 HP, I think if I do the action commands here, I'm gonna beat him, so I'm gonna fail so we can see some of his moves. No, he doesn't want to attack. Ah, right. He doesn't do anything other than, after a few turns, revive Shroobsworth with, I want to say, full HP. But I do want to see more of what Shroobsworth has to offer. We will, of course, see more of him in some battles. All right, here we see him. Oops, should have known that was Mario. Mario again, I'm assuming. Yep. I imagine Mario? Yeah, I'm guessing if he spins on the way up, it means he's aiming for Luigi, would be my guess. And we just take out Shroobsworth again, and this time we just need to focus our attacks on the intern Shroob. The intern Shroob himself doesn't heal, so you don't have to worry about it taking forever if you're unable to. Take out the intern in one cycle. But the idea is that you have to take out the intern Shroob, then he can't revive the adult Shroob, and you're good to go. All right, I think from here we want to go. We have a few different ways we could go. Actually, I think we'll start by going up. Ah, no, definitely not. Well, this is the right way to go to show that you can't actually progress this way, as Stuffwell is about to tell us. Those saucers overhead are preventing our progression. Wonder if there's any way to chase them off. Let's look for an alternative route. Also interesting, you can see there on the top... Dang it, I knew I wasn't going to avoid that. We get level 28 on Baby Mario, and I did 147 damage to the Shroob Rex, or sorry, 100, whatever that is, plus 12. Can't really do math off the top of my head right now. We'll go for the stash for the luck bonus. What did I say already? I forgot the numbers I said already, but I did like 150 something, or 160 something damage without defeating him, so 119 is definitely not the amount of HP they have. We will have to head to the right into the library, and we can see Pocket Chomps, and unfortunately we get shot in the back, but we're going to move first anyway. All right, let's see. What else can this guy do? I haven't looked at my notes for this enemy yet, and I kind of hope this doesn't take him out, but it might. No, it didn't. All right, he's doing this attack again. I'm just watching the shadow to see which it's aiming for, but I think the tell is that if it's... Well, I think it's if it's hit by the intern, it's aiming for Mario. If it's hit by the cane of Shroobsworth himself, it's aiming for Luigi. And you can see there, if they fail the response, I think it just instantly knocks Shroobsworth out of battle. You just have to take out the intern Shroob. Wow, really? Well, all right, let me look at my notes, see do you have anything else. We've already seen him. He definitely does have more things he could do. We've already seen him do the meteor, and we've seen him do the laser beam attack. There are some more variations on those. All right, we see that's Mario. That is still Mario. I don't know why I thought it, well, I know I thought it was gonna be Luigi, but I'm just imagining things. Now, the intern himself, yeah, he has no attacks. The only thing he can do is just kind of sit there until it's time to revive Shroobsworth, so... I don't think I'm going to do any stalling because these... Well, maybe I will have to. I was going to say because I'm avoiding all these battles. Any items around here? No, doesn't look like it. If we make our way up, we can grab some Ultra Mushrooms. Very needed. The coins honestly might be needed because I might have to go back to Peach's Castle. More soul bubbles, more a lot of things, and we'll just avoid them. Now we come up to here, and thankfully they built this nice awning so the ships can't see you and attack you while you're down here. We will just make our way onwards, and hey, remember this room? No hidden block over here, because again, I don't think this game actually has any. Get rid of the babies, and time for a reused puzzle. I think 23 seconds is the exact same amount of time they gave before. Maybe it was 25, but I highly doubt it was like 30 or anything significantly different. Although it's not the exact same puzzle. They actually put some obstacles in, well, some of the straightaways. Yeah, they put them here too. Oh, I got caught on the lip of the stairs, but I think I'll be okay because... like, they really didn't put that many obstacles. It is not that challenging. Hit it to open the gate. And again, they were nice enough. Thankfully, the Shroobs didn't think that it would be smart to get rid of this warp pipe up here, so we can just warp the babies up, no problem. perfect considering there is suddenly a 4-man switch. There's also a save album. Kind of recommend you save, but again, I don't save in the middle of recordings. And this is a creepy looking ship. I never liked the look of this thing. Like, I mean, it's a good design. I just always found it really scary. Even now, like, the mouth opening, it just weirds me out. But I do really like this portion of the game. I feel like I was talking about something and I got sidetracked, but if I was talking about Paper Mario, it's just I like Super Paper Mario. I really like the story, the gameplay, and the music. And we'll see the rest of what the Shroobsworth has to offer later on when we fight some more. Why, it began moving all by itself, did it not? Yes, it did. Astute observation. And hey, Luigi comes up with the idea. Control this and send those Shroob saucers to obliteration. Of course. Brilliant. And all thanks to Luigi. Quite an accomplishment. It's quite condescending the way you said that. Now, as for the controls... Ah, yes. You're going to tell me that you know how to operate this somehow. Oh, I guess he comes equipped with a SATA connector. Oh, of course. Ding dong. I've got it. To begin, you must strike that block floating over there. Ah, yes, that makes a lot of sense, because why would the Shroobs install all these control panels and then make you use a block? This makes absolutely no sense, but that's okay. Do a jumping strike. And this is something I always liked. Now we'll move up to the top screen. Blocks have appeared, have they not? And the meter back there has begun to move. Yeah. The idea is when you hit the block with the first 3 bros, it's gonna tell me to move back and forth. Intertestive, yeah, something like that. Basically, depending on how full the gauge is, you'll move the ship up or, well, not down. You'll just move it up by, and now it's Mario's turn. Bro, you skipped Luigi. I guess I should stay on the bottom screen. Yeah, you want to turn to Luigi? Alrighty, go ahead. You don't actually have to. Yes. You can just strike with Mario at any time. When you hit with him, the ship shoots. So you don't have to, like, if you only want to move up a little bit, yeah, see, it'll emit the beam even if the other 3 blocks are not struck. You don't have to move up with all 3 of your movement options in order to shoot. Irritative saucers have appeared again. It'd be a deal. Yeah. Okay. No. Good thing I didn't luck cycle initiated. Good thing I didn't spam through the text there. Fantasticated. Let's try and take out one more. You can see those 2 arrows there kind of indicate where you'd go with a... Or not kind of, they perfectly indicate where you go with a full power-up from 1 block. That should be good enough. The hit detection can be a perfectitude. It can be a bit finicky. I don't think it's so bad in this early stage. They're back again. Yeah. Let me take them out. I don't need you to tell me, like, every little thing. It, of course, doesn't matter what order you take these guys out in. Should be good for that one. I just think this is really cool that they went through the trouble of adding in, like, a little spaceship shooter minigame that is based off of the mechanics that are already in the game, right? Of the way you hit blocks of different heights. And yeah, now they're going to start moving. I think the easiest way to do this one is just to get up to the middle where they're both pausing, like right there. And then now, gotta time it. Now, as for the second one, it doesn't really matter. Moving all the way up, just move to one of the spots at which they stop. And now they're giving us 4 of them that are moving, and they're not all moving in sync. And the thing is, you get unlimited shots, so you might as well just kind of like send it, you know what I mean? And that should be good for hitting this guy. Yep. Let's see if I can do this perfectly. Although, of course, now that I've mentioned it, I'm gonna mess it up. We'll do it right there. Yay! I got it. And we get a clear with that funky little jingle, kind of like a Mario Super Sluggers kind of jingle. And the ship lands down, and we can see the Shroob saucers are gone. They're no longer terrorizing the bridge down there. Again, not sure why they left the ship up here or why we're able to use it so easily. Unfortunately, there is not an easy warp pipe at the bottom, so we will have to make our way down with the entire quartet rather than using the Bros Ball. But I don't think it's that slow going down the stairs. It's really only on the way up. Unfortunately, it's not like the stairs at the end of Superstar Saga where you can just kind of like press up and down to fall down multiple layers really quickly. You can jump as you're going down them. It does seem to move a little bit faster. And now that we're able to walk unterrorized, we'll see, even though Bowser in the present broke the bridge on the left, back at this point in time, it's broken on the right. So, interesting. Also, I do want to come down here to avoid the fight. Dang it. No big deal. Just took them all out with a single copy flower. And just wanted to point out, because I don't think I ever explicitly said it, this entire wall is blocked off. So, that's why it makes sense to have that crack there. Prevents you from going over to the right early. However, we are able to go over to the left side now, where we can see there are 2 warp pipes up in this room. There is a warp pipe here, so I guess I lied about there not being one at the bottom. I just knew that I was going to go down into that room and potentially get into a fight, and I wanted to use a copy flower because they take out enemies much more quickly. I also like that they put both the ramp and staircase here. The Shroobs are much better at following disability design than the modern day Toads are. We can see we're back at the entrance. This is a not a teleport, but like similar to inside the Thwomp Volcano, you get these little warp rooms at checkpoints to allow you to go back to restock if you need to, which honestly, at the rate I'm going through the mushrooms, I might need to do that. But for right now, we are just going to continue onward. Also, really creepy background there of all the Shroob Black Forest area. This seems to have taken us up to the 3rd floor. I don't know why they're using warp pipes instead of just doors and stairs, but hey, whatever. We can see that the giant statue here has kind of blocked off, like has just crashed into the castle. Also, this arrow going down, does that mean you can go in from outside? Because there's no connection here, so that doesn't really make sense. We have a lot of various things to do here, along with 2 beans that I'm going to make sure to pick up. Walk over and grab the other one. And at some point, I promise we're going to fight more Shroobsworths. I know they're not immediate, but we will see what they do probably in the next episode. See a gate over here, so we can't progress. But outside, we do have... yeah, that block's too high to hit with the babies, so tossing the babies or baby spinning won't be helpful. I don't think you can make this jump. So I imagine what we have to do is spin jump across. However, there's no way we're going to make it from that left or from this platform here to that one. So what we need to do is activate both of these sets, which means I think drilling under... No? Is it just baby spin to get up here? I honestly don't remember what to do here. No, that doesn't seem to work either. Oh, I'm a moron. There are buttons out here. That's right. Well, that's what happens when I get distracted by the beans and not focusing on actual progression. Hitting that button raises that platform. There we go. And this platform still not high enough. But how much you want to bet that hitting this will open that button, and then hitting that button will lower the platform inside? Oh my gosh. It's like I've played this game before. Although, I'm serious, I honestly didn't remember how to do this puzzle. Yep, that just lowers that. Come on. I hit A and B, it didn't switch to the adults. I think it's because the babies were falling, so it just had them jump. All right, now, yeah, you can just toss the babies up there. And we'll do X, Y, B, A, not to mess up the order like I have before. And that opens the gate. Now, why you can't... Oh, you can't drill under it because that's a door. I thought that was just a shadow. So I was like, why am I not allowed to go in here? This is an area I've always liked the design of. They give this kind of silvery gold aesthetic to some of the areas in this castle. Specifically inside of this statue. It appears she can neither see nor hear us. Yeah, that's right. Keep whacking the machine. It's messing with the screens.
Baby.
What? She can hear us, but not Stuffwell? Is that Mario? He's come for me. It is possible that the impact completed the circuit. Ah, I guess that makes sense. I'm locked in a room all the way at the top of the statue. But how are you... Interesting. The transmission's ended. The monetarization equipment seems destructified, and yet we've learned that Princess Peach is safe. I believe that pipe must lead to the upper levels. What pipe? Oh, that one. Hey, thanks for showing me. Come on, everyone, back to adventure. She was about to say something interesting, but she got cut off before she could say it. 3 regular mushrooms, some coins. Honestly, those regular mushrooms will come in handy because I like using them a lot. And over on this side, I believe we have, yeah, some more blocks, another set of coins, but really the only thing that matters are the 2 mix flowers. Well, I think that this is going to be a good place to end this episode. We know that Princess Peach is safe, and we're going to have to find a way to get her, or get to her. And Stuffwell thinks that this will lead to the upper levels of this statue, which would be great because we know she's being held somewhere inside it. All right, see you guys next time.